Do you ever feel like you're constantly preparing, researching, learning, thinking about starting, but you rarely actually start? That's not lack of motivation. That's perfectionism disguised as being almost ready. And it's a belief that will keep you stuck procrastinating. High achievers don't procrastinate because they're lazy. They procrastinate because they're terrified of doing it wrong. This can look like spending your time reading, listening to podcasts, learning. And don't get me wrong, I love to learn. Learning is great. But there comes a time when the researching and learning becomes a way to avoid taking action. Procrastinating, if you will. You might feel busy and look productive, maybe feel smart, but you're stuck waiting to feel ready. So you stay in the planning phase, where nothing can be judged yet. You're researching, so you're smart, and maybe thinking about doing it. Often this can look like thinking about doing something for longer than it would take to actually do it. There's even this idea that when you do get around to doing it, you'll always have the excuse of not trying that hard, being super last minute, instead of trying and failing and not having an excuse to deflect with. You tell yourself you're just not ready yet, and because it sounds responsible and professional, it hides how stuck you feel. You might have the belief that there's a right time to start. You might recognize that you fear failure or judgment, but think you're being proactive about it because you're making sure you're ready so you can mitigate as much of the potential judgment as possible. Like if you worry about it ahead of time, it won't affect you as much if it comes later. It's not that you don't know what to do, it's that you're waiting to feel perfectly confident before you move, and that feeling never comes. If you're unsure, imagine if someone was asking you for advice on how to do that thing. Would you say you don't know, or would you tell them all the things that you do know? It's less vulnerable when it's someone else's action. Then you can know what to do. This is a misguided belief that there is a right time to start. If you want to start a new habit, and the voice in the back of your head is telling you to wait until Monday because there's more motivation and it gives you time to get ready. The truth is that there isn't any more motivation. You're just better able to believe that it's possible. That fresh start means you've changed your thoughts. You're no longer telling yourself all the evidence you've collected about failure. There's this idea that research is the smart thing to do, but it actually protects you from being vulnerable. You can't fail if you aren't taking action. If you've ever said, I'll start once I'm 100% sure, this is you. If you've ever put off the decision to start because you don't know the right thing, this is you. If you've ever worried about being lazy but genuinely want to do the thing, if you've identified that your biggest hurdle is yourself, you're getting in your own way. Just remember, you aren't lazy. You're a high achiever who takes the time to plan because you care about quality. Now you can redirect that care into action. You're someone who values preparation, and you can also be someone who starts before they feel perfectly ready. You have the capacity for the vulnerability required. You're capable of imperfect action without it defining you. If you already feel called out, stay with me. This is the exact loop I help perfectionists break. I'll talk more about how in a later video. I want you to hear this clearly. Nothing about this means you're broken or behind. It just means you've been trying to feel safe all by yourself by getting everything right first, and that's an impossible burden to carry alone. If you want help shifting out of this pattern instead of feeling stuck in it, I work with high-achieving perfectionists one-on-one in my coaching program. You can book a free consult through the link in the description. It's just a conversation to see if this is the kind of support that you've been missing.